Nayla and Jared Morton.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant Tyson Morton for $5,000, the cost of a snowmobile.
Yes,
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
Are you all related?
Yes.
How?
Cousins.
The two of you are cousins?
Yes.
Okay, and you are?
Cousins-in-law, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Why don't we start from the beginning?
Okay. My cousin and I, we grew up together, and we really pretty close. And we were working in North Dakota, and we called him up one night, and I just met him, and we were outside the restaurant, and I just saw his snowmobile, his new one, in the back of his truck, and he had his old one with him. And I was like, hey, you want to sell your old snowmobile? And he said, yeah, I'd sell it. And I was like, I'll give you $5,000 for it.
And so what was going on? You had a new snowmobile. You were selling your old one.
Yes.
And
I hadn't planned on it. He asked if I would, and I agreed. Yes.
okay. And so because you had just got a new one?
Correct.
Was there a written agreement between the three of you? No.
No.
Okay, so it was all oral. You agreed to a price of $5,000. Did you immediately take possession of the snowmobile?
No, it was a few months down the road when he brought it up to Sandpoint
Okay.
for me.
Okay. But you made monthly payments?
Yes,
And it was
so-
still in your possession?
Until the middle of the summer.
Okay, perfect. And so you agreed that they paid you $5,000?
Yes.
Do you have proof of that with you today?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please? What ends up happening? You paid $5,000 for the snowmobile. You obtained possession of it in the summer of 2012. Where's the snowmobile now?
I got a phone call from Tyson. He said that the bank that he had my title, I guess, for the sled that I bought from him, he had that title under his new sled as collateral to pay for that new sled. And I didn't know that.
So you didn't have a title when you finished paying the $5,000? You never got the title?
I was always asking, every time he was on the phone with Tyson, hey, ask Tyson for the title, have him send the title, have him send the title. And basically our response we got was, I'll do it when I can, I'll send it when I can, I'll send the title when I can.
So were you seeing him during this time frame? The two of you were close, you're friends, right?
We did a couple of times. We went snowmobiling together one time since I had bought the sled from him. And he came up one summer and we rode street bikes together.
So you're not curious at this point why it's taking him so long to get you a title?
I am, but it's his cousin, so he just figures
Yeah, I just trusted that he would get me the title.
And you say that's not the case. You told them something about the title. What did you tell them?
The first time that they had asked for the title, I told him that I still owed the bank $1,800 to pay for that title, which I did do.
You did do what?
Well, I had purchased the sled, paid off free and clear, and then I gave them the title back for my new sled.
You gave who the title back?
The bank.
The bank.
This is before selling to Jared. Gave them that title for collateral, and
for
my new sled. And when I agreed to sell the sled to Jared, I had called my bank and asked them what they would want for that title back, and they wanted it paid to 2/3 or below Blue Book value on the new one.
So did he have that conversation with you?
No.
You're saying that conversation never happened?
No.
Okay, so one of you is not telling the truth about that.
I believe it did.
What do you mean you believe it did?
I believe the conversation happened.
Well, you would be a part of the conversation. So did it happen? Did you tell him that?
Yes, I did.
You don't seem too sure.
Because everybody's saying that I didn't.
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm asking you a question.
And to answer your question, yes, I did tell him that the bank had the title. That's why I hadn't given it to him.
Where's the proof that you paid the bank $1,800 for the title?
I have none.
I'm sorry?
I have none. It was a conversation over the phone with my banker.
No. I'm not talking about the conversation with your banker.
I'm just
I
saying
want to see proof, like they brought me proof today that they wrote you checks worth $5,000. Because if you pay the bank $1,800, they're going to send you a title.
True, but not out of state. I was out of state working.
You have a phone that works out of state, right? Where you can make a phone call and tell the bank, I have a new address?
Yes.
You have a phone, right, that works that way?
Yes.
Coming up, a call to the repo company reveals the rest of the story.
I did some digging, and I called the credit company that came and repossessed the sled from us, and they sent us a photo.
And later, Texans ask the court to decide which person must pay for the auto accident.
What's the first thing she said to you?
I know you just didn't hit me.
And what's the first thing he said to you?
He said, no, he said, you hit me. I said, no, I didn't.
So what y'all want me to do here today?
Play Plaintiffs Jared and Nayla Morton say Tyson took advantage of their kindness. They're suing for the cost of a snowmobile. Defendant Tyson Morton says he owes nothing, and his cousins are suing the wrong person.
So what ends up happening to the sled, sir? Why don't they have it in their possession if you paid the bank $1,800?
They started repossessing my stuff that it was on collateral for, and they used that title against me because they still had it in their possession. They called me and asked where the sled was at. I told them that I had sold it to my cousin. They asked for his number.
So they repossessed the sled
Yes.
from your cousin,
Yeah.
the one that they paid $5,000
Yeah,
for.
the one that I had already paid $9,000.
The one that you say you actually paid, and it wasn't being used as collateral, but somehow the bank was able to come in and repossess it. How is this their problem?
The bank's problem?
No, how is this their problem?
This is not their problem. I believe it's the bank's problem. They double dipped on it.
No, I think it's your problem because you don't have any proof to me today that you actually ever paid the bank $1,800 to get this title, and your reasoning for not getting the title is pretty ridiculous.
It is a reason.
It's a ridiculous reason. It's unbelievable.
I've also done a lot of stuff for Jared personally. I've taken him on jet boating trips. I've paid for vacations. I've done a lot of different things.
And what does that mean to you?
I guess I wasn't in any big hurry to get him the title, essentially. I should have gone out of my way more so and got him the title. But I did not.
I mean, he's paid you $5,000,
Correct.
and you have an obligation. If you sell someone a sled, a vehicle, you have an obligation to provide them with a title once
realize.
they've purchased it.
Yes.
And you didn't do that.
Correct.
And that's a problem. And your reasoning just doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't think you ever paid the bank $1,800. And you have no proof of that. If you really had proof, if you had proof of that, that's the most important. You showed up here in court today with absolutely nothing. No paperwork, nothing. And you just want me to accept the words that are coming out of your mouth. And when it doesn't make a lot of sense, Juan, it usually means it's just not true. The bank comes to repossess the sled, and what's the next conversation you have with him?
You know, we didn't talk a whole lot with Tyson after that. He kind of dropped off for a while, but eventually Jared found a snow bike that he really liked, and he knew it was a good deal. So he called up Tyson and asked Tyson if he would be willing to pay payments so that we could buy this bike, and it'd be like paying us back for the bike. And he agreed to that.
And so what happened with that?
We bought the bike, but we just didn't ever get any payments from Tyson.
None?
And then
Zero?
No.
Nothing? Why do you make a payment to them after you agreed to make a payment?
Because I simply couldn't afford it. I was struggling to survive. I have $1,000
So then
a
tell
month
them
child
that
support.
instead of agreeing to this deal.
Because
Go ahead.
I presumed that it would be possible when realistically it was not.
Okay.
Then we got a text message from him that basically said what he had said earlier. I've done all this stuff for you. I don't owe you anything because I've let you stay at my house, go snowmobiling, you know, ride my Harley, that kind of thing.
And what was your response to that?
We chose not to respond.
And so your relationship since all of this has happened is what now?
We haven't spoken in quite some time, actually.
When I knew I was going to try and take Tyson to court, I did some digging, and I called the credit company that came and repossessed the sled from us, and they sent us a photo and the Craigslist ad of when they sold the bike. They asked us if we wanted to buy it back for $3,000. We told them no because we didn't get the $5,000 from Tyson. We didn't have the money. We already paid $5,000 for it. We weren't going to pay more.
Let me see that.
Snowmobile, sorry.
Okay. And by the way, did the bank tell you anything about the reason that they were coming to repossess the bike?
Yeah, they didn't tell me why. They just were saying that he hadn't been making the payments on it, so as I understood that he did have it paid for, so I just didn't know why he wasn't giving me the title, and then they said that it was under his new sled.
That it was being used as collateral?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds about right to me. You should at least request a copy of the title or something when you're purchasing a $5,000 sled from someone, because clearly you would have known that it was being used as collateral if you'd gotten a copy of it.
We just figured where he's family
he
that
kept
we
that
would
away
trust
from
him.
you because he didn't want you to know that it was being used as collateral, and you were paying him $5,000 without knowing that it was still being used as collateral because he had a new bike. That's what happened. And then at the end of the day, when you didn't make payments on the new bike, they came and took the old bike away from them and it was repossessed. So the value of the bike as it stands today, which is $3,335, that's what you owe them. Judgment for the plaintiff, $3,335. Good luck to all of you.